Hey, what is up guys, I'm video, and today I'm going to be talking about the enormous day that the Cleveland Cavaliers had in the trade deadline. As you know, the trade deadline is over, they cannot make any more trades. Now teams are going to be picking people off free agency from the buyout market, but I mean, dude, the Cavs made so many trades. Whether they won all of them or not, that's something different, but they made so many trades, at least they're trying. I mean, and you could tell they are actually making an effort to get better on defense this year, so I mean, that's pretty cool to see. But they made tons of trades. I remember I was in school, I was like, oh man, what video am I going to make? And then out of nowhere, boom, 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 boom. The Cavs gave me 3 or 4 videos to make, because I'm going to be going over most of the big trades that happened at the trade deadline. But something that surprised me, DeAndre Jordan didn't get traded. Lou Williams signed an extension, actually, and then also this dude named Marco Belinelli. Y'all might not all know who he is, but I mean, he plays for the Hawks. He was said to be traded, but he never got traded. But unfortunately, one of the people that I thought were going to get traded never got traded, so I'm not like that video had to go out the door. But besides that, it's been a huge day for the trade, and I have a lot of videos, so expect more videos like this. So if you want to see those, hit the subscribe button. But without further ado, without me rambling on too much, let's get right into this video. So obviously, as many of y'all know, if y'all do watch basketball, Isaiah Thomas was traded to the Los Angeles Lakers, and the trade package was that the Lakers would get Isaiah Thomas, Channing Frye, and the Cleveland Cavaliers first rounder, while the Cleveland Cavaliers would get Larry Nance Jr. and Jordan Clarkson. So I mean, you could tell they were going in for defense and like getting younger in this trade a lot. But now, before I get into both teams, look into why this makes sense for either team. I'm going to get into why it makes sense for the Cavs and the Lakers, and then who won the trade, in my opinion. So the first thing I'm going to get into is the Cleveland Cavaliers. They were able to get a much younger, as they were able to get rid of a 34-year-old Channing Frye and a 29-year-old Isaiah Thomas for 2 very solid 25-year-olds. And this will also help if LeBron leaves, because now they're so young, and I mean, at least they have something to build around and get better from. And then also, I do think they did get better from this trade, as both Channing Frye and Isaiah Thomas, they really haven't done anything, and Isaiah Thomas was averaging his lowest per 100 number ever in his entire career. He was playing pretty bad and was being a non-factor. LeBron pretty much carried them to a win over Minnesota the other day with that buzzer beater. I mean, Isaiah Thomas really wasn't doing anything. He was just a liability on defense. He really wasn't anything. But now they were able to get an explosive power forward in Larry Nance Jr. who can go off. I mean, the dude's in the dunk contest. He's an extremely beastly, powerful power forward. He can dunk on you, who do everything. He's not going to win you a game most likely, but he would definitely be a huge part to a championship team as like a backup or even just a solid little power forward. As a dude averages 8.6 points per game, 6.8 rebounds per game, and 1.4 assists per game, but also he averages 1.4 steals per game, which is a career high in every single stat. Like in all those stats, that's the highest he's ever had. So this is by far his best year. And I mean, also the dude plays defense, which is huge. But then they also got the shooting guard Jordan Clarkson, who is a 4th-year player who like the dude can score pretty good, but I think a big part is that he can actually play defense. So the dude averages 14.5 points per game, but the dude averages at over 1 steal per game, which is absolutely huge for the Cavs because they need defense. That's what they struggle. They didn't need offense. LeBron, and when Kevin Love comes back, they're gonna have the offense taken care of, and then obviously J.R. Smith and all them that are still on there, they're gonna have the defense. But I mean offense, but defensively they are awful. But I think with this trade they got extremely better on defense. And also, I mean, they have a I don't even know how to explain it. They just got way younger, which they needed. Way younger. They're still competitive with this trade, and I think they have a better chance of making the finals than they did with the old team that they had. And now they actually have a potentially starting shooting guard, because you never know if he's gonna start, because they did get George Hill and Rodney Hood. I know Rodney Hood is like a small forward / shooting guard, but George Hill will probably want point guard. So I don't know who's going to start shooting guard, J.R. Smith or Jordan Clarkson, but he's potentially a starting shooting guard that can play defense, which is huge. And plus, when Love comes back, they're going to have a backup Larry Nance. Larry Nance is going to be a backup, which is extremely good to come off the bench, as they did trade a lot of players off their bench. So him coming off the bench would be huge for that team, I think. And I mean, you never know. Maybe they keep Love at center, keep Larry Nance at power forward, and then take Tristan Thompson off the bench. They could do so much now. I think it does make them a lot more flexible. But then also, now that I got into why it makes sense for the Cavs, let's get into why it makes sense for the Los Angeles Lakers. This will give Lonzo way more weapons than he used to have. Because, I mean, obviously Lonzo can't shoot. We got that away. The dude can't shoot a 3 to save his life. He looks like an injured duck when he shoots. His shots just broke. He's like, you would think you're at a construction site if you saw how many bricks he threw up. But now he will be able to do what he does best, which is pass and get his teammates good looks at the basket. I mean, love it or hate it, Lonzo Ball is probably one of the best true point guards ever. Or not ever, but like in the league. He's like, he can't shoot, he doesn't score first, but the dude can pass. Like, he can drive, kick, or he could just drive by himself. But I mean, his driving kicks are unbelievable, and some of the passes he makes are just you can't even think. You wouldn't even see that if you looked at that at a pause screen. You wouldn't see that would be a possible pass. But now that you give him Isaiah Thomas, who's instant offense, the dude can shoot. Not defensively, he can't do anything on defense, but the dude can shoot. Like, he's an offensive powerhouse. And also Channing Frye, I mean, can shoot all right, and if you give him an open shot, he's probably going to hit it. He's in the NBA. I mean, he's a good shooter. What can I say? But I mean, now, just saying, it's not like you only have them two to pass it to, but now you have Cardwell Pope, who's a good shooter, and Kyle Kuzma, and Brook Lopez. I mean, you have all that, so the floor is going to be extremely spread, and then he's going to be able to dish it to Lopez and throw it to the wing. I mean, their offense is probably going to be one of the best in the league, and it depends how their defense really meshes. I don't know how their defense is going to work out, but they'll probably have a really good defense, and also they have Julius Randle in there, who's not much on offense, but I mean, maybe if you can dish it to him down low, he'll get you a couple buckets. So yeah, but I think the most important thing that they got out of this trade was that now they can offer 2 max contracts in free agency this year or next year, because there's been a lot of reports about them wanting to wait till next year to do free agency. But if they decide this year, they can throw out 2 max contracts, which is unbelievable. They have a chance to get 2 superstars in this, and that's what they want. They want to build through the free agency, and then also they did get that first round pick, so maybe they'll be able to kind of build through the draft. You never know what that will end up being. But I think most importantly, they get that cap space. So unfortunately, guys, it's gonna be it for this video. And if you do agree with me, who do you think do you think this was a good trade? Do you think won the trade? Do you think they should have got rid of Isaiah Thomas? Do you think they should have waited a little bit longer? Tell me all that below. And I mean, yeah, I really just want to know who y'all think won the trade. I personally think LeBron's Cavs did, only because now they actually might make the finals, and they actually have a good chance to make the finals, including all the trades that they did there. And there will be videos on those other trades, so don't worry about that. And also, I mean, I think the Lakers are very close because they can sign those 2 huge players on those 2 huge contracts, or sign a whole bunch of role players. You never know. So comment all that below. And if you like the video, hit the like button. It would mean the road to me. If you really like the video and want to help me out, hit the subscribe button. It definitely mean the road to me. And also, hit something about you either never do. Best with all your drugs. Stay safe. Goodbye.